But after each mission, you should have a jog around, see if any side quests have popped up, like right here. We definitely want to make friends with Oka so she unlocks better skills. Her younger sister is important to the plot. Alright, so we got a new mission, and presumably she won't be able to accompany us temporarily. Nothing new down this way. We can actually read this board if we want to. The only useful thing it actually does is tell us when the bath is open. None of the other information is relevant. Sell these ancient coins really quick.
What's the bath do?
It gives you buffs, and so this shrine's finally open. There's a lot of shrines we have to keep track of. So you get buffs, and the higher your relationship with a character is, sometimes they'll join you in the bath and give you their own special buff, which is why we want to build up relationship with them.
Well then. Lucky Oka, I guess.
Also, this shrine is like a shyster shrine, but it also gets upgraded the more money we put into it.
What's it do?
You give it money between every mission. So if I give it money now, it'll eat it, literally. Then next mission I'll come back, and it'll give me a shitty item. And then I can pay it even more money. And after I pay it enough times, it'll increase the amount that I have to give it, and give me better rewards.
Okay.
So
Is
it's
it ever truly worth it?
you can get rare materials from it once you level it up high enough. Like the kind of materials you can only pick up from those shiny spots on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, if we use the pot, it's where we save, so I'll just do one of those really quick. It says to order our food from the kitchen in the rules, but we have a cooking pot right in our own house.
Right. With an abundance of fish.
Yeah.
Maybe the kitchen just gives you the fish and you have to cook them.
Maybe. Alright. The red missions are story missions, so I'm going to do the Drumble mission really quick.
Can you get you to join you in the bath?
Yes.
Does
I better buy a blessing while I'm at it.
Yamato try to kill you?
Also, I'm going to do more expensive prayers so that it levels up quicker, because it does level up based on the amount. And one more thing. these dual knives are maxed, so I'm going to use the sword because we're soloing, and I don't know how relevant it will be for this playthrough, but you do get credit for getting maximum familiarity with every weapon in the game, and the upgrade forms do count as separate weapons.
Okay.
It's all in the fan. We also have access to slightly more areas. So that was a 3 square 1 triangle combo. Took him 1 hit away from death. That's the 4 square combo. That's the 3 triangle combo. I don't think there's a 4th hit on it. Sends him flying a bit, so it's a little bit annoying. And it starts with jump attack. Good on large enemies, though. Just no item there this time. Eventually we'll be able to fight these guys more efficiently. But for now, kind of just have to smack them 5 or so times. Every weapon has a unique purifying pose, so it keeps it interesting, cycling through them. You might also notice that there's a round gauge filling up at the top.
Yeah.
Likely will not come into play until we fight a boss, because it takes so long to fill up. And I'll probably kill every enemy, because abdomens are valuable at this point in the game.
That makes sense.
Now the Drumbles are pretty annoying in the early game. They have a charge attack and a circular attack, but their worst attack is a sideways roll that they do if you attack their flank. So there's really no good angle to fight them from. And this guy is so cowardly. Lock-on button only works when it feels like it. So when you're using a sword, you can imbue it with some spear energy, which just increases your attack.
Okay.
It also gives you an EI finish while it's still charged. So when you hit enemies, you put that... I'll just show it off. When you hit enemies, you put that whirlwind on them, and then when you finish it, the whirlwind will cut them again.
Okay.
It doesn't last forever, so you kind of have to time it so that you finish when the effect is still on them.
But it's pretty strong.
Well, for this point in the game, it's pretty strong. It's not so good later, because a lot of enemies are hard to hit. put on some Mitama buffs so I can show those off. So while the mission's ending, we're actually still completely free to change zones too.
Okay.
Like, we have the run of the map until the timer runs out. Now this is actually important. So you see how all the enemies come up as blue.
Yeah.
If they camp as red, that means they have a Mitama inside them. So random enemies will sometimes have Mitama in them, and you can only get them by killing the random enemy. A lot of them are
Okay.
boss drops, but there are random ones.
I think the random ones are usually stronger.
Well, they're all good. They give you the essential ones, but the randomly dropped ones give you access to more quirky skills earlier than you'd normally be able to get them.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so now we've done a mission. We can go collect our reward from the tree. Since we didn't do the main scenario, I don't think there's any new quests popping up. And I don't think time progresses unless we do a main scenario.
That's kind of odd.
So we got a Tenacious Claw from the tree. We'll give him 60 more, see what he comes up with. The merchant isn't useful until a little bit later, so we'll only sell things to him right now. I want to level up attack, so I'll keep paying for that. You do have to level up the different types of prayers individually, if I remember correctly. Who's that girl? There's this cute, weird girl with a chain sickle. I tried to talk to her, but she said she doesn't talk to kids, but she's a kid too. Can you get me some Tenacious Claws so I can scare her? It's actually a character that we can unlock.
Okay.
We'll just complete that right away. And we got some soil. My garden hoe is broken. Without it, I can't till the fields. Tatara says he could help me fix it if you had some toxic fangs. Would you get some for me? Now, would you want to make, like, a three-prong garden hoe with toxic fangs? That's what you make your food with.
Seems like a bad idea.
Anyway, we're going to meet two new characters right off the cuff. Hatsuho and Ibuki. They're also who we're stuck partying with until we get Oka back and unlock more.
Okay. Nice temper, Pipsqueak.
I'll let them finish talking before we start fighting.
Is she actually?
We'll actually go into her um, history in depth as part of the story.
Okay.
A lot of the questions get answered quite tidily. I am on fire, which is unfortunate. Roll a couple times to get that handled. The toxic items, I think, only drop from... Actually, I don't know if we've even fought them yet. I don't think they drop from Drumbles. Anyway, so the red zones are just exterminates. I also don't want to miss any items. The copper does exist. I just need to find it. I'm trying to bait the Drumble into doing its rolling attack, because it's actually its most heinous attack. Won't do it.
Why do you want to do its worst attack?
It's to showcase it. This is why you don't hit Drumbles from the flank. But the Drumble's like, hey, I got a flank for you. You want a bite?
Flank stick.
Snake stick.
Flank snake stick.
Seems pretty sneaky.
It might be. Probably pretty chewy too.
Like, I'm pretty sure Snake cooks up crisp, though.
Does it?
I think it does.
I never had it, so I wouldn't know.
Well, like, it's described largely like chicken, but also a lot of people do it with the skin on.
Oh, okay. That probably crisps up pretty good too, then. Apparently, I cannot English today.
How do you like your coffee? Crisp.
How's that work?
It's a candy bar joke.
Never heard it.
You know of Coffee Crisp?
No.
It's a wafer with coffee-flavored cream in between each layer, enveloped in chocolate.
That sounds amazing.
That's what happens when you don't have access to Canadian candy. You'll see there's two species of imp here already. We have the green one and the red one.
Like, we can't even have fucking Kinder eggs.
It's fine. Kinder eggs became sexist.
What?
There is a whole, like, outrage that they made Kinder eggs for girls, but not Kinder eggs for boys. Like, there's a separate Kinder egg specifically for girls. And, like, people were mad because Kinder eggs were a gender neutral thing. And then they made one for specifically girls, but they didn't make one specifically for boys. So there's girls only and gender neutral.
What the hell? And people were pissed about that?
Yeah.
What the hell?
By the way, got a new A on deck.
Yeah, I noticed.
Got a Mitama. Got the Soul Shredder. Soul Shredder is just a monster part it doesn't actually shred souls.
That's a shame.
Pretty sure I looted this place into the ground. See if we can snag a quick item in the other area before the mission rolls out. The timer does continue during loading screens, so you don't get a whole lot of time. I do like, though, that you have 30 seconds to snag items before the mission ends. And it paid quite well. We already got our next Mitama. Oh no, Yasumaru.
Nice. So what's his thing?
I think he's a magic type, but we'll double check.
He looked like it.
There's a couple different breeds, you might say. But I think we max out at level 3 at this stage in the story. So I'll probably finish leveling up our current Mitama before equipping a different one. Also, we have a full party now. They're all pretty saucy when you first meet them.
Evidently.
You can also get each character's personal weapons later in the game. Alright, so we maxed out the sword.
I like her weapon.
Let's do the
Use the
club
naginata.
next. I just don't want it to be too similar to what our current allies use. Also, it's hilariously large.
She said. Jesus.
So we got a mild attack bonus for our next mission. Might have time for 3 or 4 more missions, depending on the cutscenage.
Heh.
You can't handle our largest Oni. They're too much for you. The best part is that he actually says they're too much for you, though.
Yep.
You must become stronger. It's the only way to survive. You can read it all in the potion seller voice. It's perfect. It's important to check these corners because sometimes NPCs will stand in them with quests.
get a really big Legends of Dragoon vibe from this game.
I love Hatsuho's expressions when she's talking, though.
She just wants to get you alone.
Maybe. But she's older than me, remember?
Right.
We got a red eye. So far, it hasn't given us anything we can't get. But, we've only run it twice. That's still down. Basically, you just have to make a circuit in between every mission to make sure you don't miss anything. We do get several more companions.
Does he give you like weapons or anything?
Yes and
The
no.
tree shrine?
So the tree shrine, I'm going to do this with the full party, by the way.
Okay.
The tree shrine gives us materials and sometimes unique items,
Okay.
which are used in forging. Like, all items are used in forging, more or less. Um, then, if we do certain other tasks, we'll unlock weapon blueprints.
Okay.
We never get straight up weapons given to us. So whenever you find a new monster part, it may open up a new weapon blueprint that uses it, even if you haven't found the other materials. You can see what it potentially could turn into. Also, this mission lets us occupy half the zone. It's our largest mission to date. So you can see how when playing with 4 characters, you just destroy the game.
Right.
Yeah, I'll go. I think I actually want to go the other way to maximize the chance of finding drops I haven't gotten yet.
What's Shogun 2 get updated with?
Yeah, Rome 2 and Shogun 2 both got an update, but I'm not quite clear on what it was. Also, all the Human Tanks games got an update, but it didn't say what the update was. Like, none of the news sections in any of them mention the update. A lot of Ninja updates lately on Steam. Also, this club is absolutely hilarious. Basically one-shots everything.
Look at this one shot.
And its special move is a really big hit that you can charge up.
It just adds Total War Warhammer 2 to the launcher.
Like, they updated the game to add a link to buy their other game.
Yeah.
Broken Broadsword. That's definitely new one. Does it at least take away the stupid link for the Rome 2 original version?
I don't know, it might.
It's usually 3 items. in each area. Sometimes 2. Also, the more characters that are purifying the same item speed up the process. So, especially if it's a big monster part, you want to get everyone in on that.
They might be making an update. They're saying they're making an update for a previous game.
Nice. Oh my god, I can't hit this guy with a heavy attack. Looks like the copper is still beyond our reach. It's probably in area 2 or 9 then.
Area with power.
Oh no, there's the copper right there in area 8. An Eye of Truth mask, which I think is used in Slayer series armor sets. And aside from that, is just an item that you sell. Another copper ore. I swear the club is actually way too slow to be useful.
Probably. It's one of those weapons that when it lands, but until then.
Yeah. Like, they actually kill the enemy before I get to land the hit. Oh, there's Dremble City in here. Okay. So I'm supposed to use prayer stones in this mission. I was just running around looking for copper really quick. So every zone will probably have one. And if one doesn't, I think there's one in zone 0. Some of them require the Eye of Truth to see. If you zone and leave your party members behind fighting something, they'll just get teleported to the gate. So it doesn't matter if you're hard on them, as long as they don't die. They'll go around half. Okay, so there's my personal weapon skill, and then there's like a team combo attack.
Oh, okay.
They're both activated basically the same way, except for the combo attack. You have to be standing within a certain proximity of at least one party member.
Okay.
Of course, the more party members, the more powerful the effect.
Well, yeah. Your sister just asked me if we have advent calendars in the States. I'm not sure why. She just asked me that. I told her yes, and she said okay. So.
Well, you don't have coffee crisps, so. It's always the possibility. I think we have to go back to Area 0 to get the last prayer in. Which is fine. Don't think I missed any kicking around. I'm getting like vicarious drops from my party members killing things on the way by. So there are no complaints.
Look at these drops.
Like, who could complain about getting free abdomens at this point in the game? Like, 80 Haku is a lot. And since we're stuck here for the next 20 seconds, let's go beat the shit out of something innocent. Oh, I could also, like, prioritize them to be attack, so they won't come to purify anything at all. I'll just keep killing things.
Oh, okay.
I usually let them free roam, so that they will use support moves, use attacks, and purify, but I could give them more direct orders if I wanted to. Alright, so we'll do a quick circuit before we take on the next story mission, then we'll check our time after that.
Yeah, we're looking at about 11:40 now.